know that's still a lot, but the fact that I paid down half of that in 3 months is kind of insane to me. In total, for these 3 months, I paid off hello everyone, and welcome back to Melo Lavender. If you're new here, my name is Melanie. Welcome to our beautiful, lovely community. Hi my lovelies, I see you. Thank you guys for tuning in again. If you're new here, welcome. I post every Wednesday and Sunday. I've made it a point to post Wednesdays and Sundays. On this channel, we talk about self-development, getting your life together, self-care, personal growth, finances. I do some home decor sometimes. I do ASMR sometimes. My last video was the 24 things that I learned while I turned 24, and the previous one from that was my room transformation. So if you guys want to check that out, it'll be in the cards. I believe it's this way. So today I wanted to talk about my Q2 goals, how June went for me, and also how July is planned. I'm very comfortable with talking about my numbers because I know that for a lot of people, they feel very uncomfortable talking about numbers, how much they make or exactly how much they're saving, because I don't know, I guess it's like a taboo or something. But give you guys this transparency because I want to show you guys that it's realistic, that you can achieve this. And I'm 24 and I don't have all the answers, and I make mistakes too, and I dip into my savings too, and I buy Starbucks. I make it a point to always save and pay down my debt and make that a focal point when I'm doing my budgets. If you guys are interested in any of that, please subscribe, like, comment, whatever floats your boat. Yeah, I really do appreciate it. And join the Lovelies community because we are all lovely here. We are all trying to be our best selves. Now let's get on to Q2. If you have not watched Q2, I highly suggest it because Q2 was kind of crazy. The first section of Q2, I had this whole different idea of like getting my license and doing all this other stuff and paying for it. The pandemic was like, yeah, no, that's not happening. So I had to completely change my goals, which was in the beginning honestly quite frustrating because I put a lot of thought into my quarterly goals before I write anything down, and once I write things down, it's pretty much set in stone. So when that happened to me, I pretty much lost it for like a couple of days because I had to change my goals. I started focusing more on saving and debt because all the financial advisors that I watch basically told me the same thing: to save up as much as possible, pay down debt if you can. So that's what I did. Some highlights for Q2, definitely I made the most money I've ever made, probably in my lifetime. Quite great to be making more money because obviously I was able to pay down a significant amount of debt, and also a savings I was able to save. So even though it wasn't as big in terms of getting a license and all these other things, it was big in the fact that I was able to pay down my credit card debt like crazy and also save up around $2,000. So currently my credit score is at a 672, which is amazing. At one point when I wasn't working, I don't even know how much money I had in credit card debt at that point. I think it was around like $3,000 or something like that. My credit score was around 510. Yeah, it was really bad. And I was stressing out on getting my credit score up because I wanted to get a room, and obviously to get a room in an apartment you have to have good credit. So that was another point in my life. This is now. and my goal was to get it to 700 in Q2, and although it's not in 700 yet, it's very, very close. Another highlight for June was that I made about $6,000 a month each month. One reason for that was because May I got 3 paychecks instead of 2. The second thing was that May and July I basically had my rent paid for, and also my food was paid for by my job through 2 grants that I applied to. I also was able to pay for the rent basically in its entirety, so that was pretty cool. That money that I didn't have to spend on food or rent, I was able to spend it on debts and savings. Another highlight, especially for June, was that it was my birthday month, so I received money and gifts, and I made sure to get like clothes or anything that I needed that I did not want to spend money on. I also splurged and also got myself a couple of things with my own money, because again, I don't really go shopping and I don't splurge on myself unless it's coffee. So in total for personal loan, in total for these 3 months I paid off $1,678. In personal loans I have like $1,670 left. I know that's still a lot, but the fact that I paid down half of that in 3 months is kind of insane to me. Super duper proud of myself. Also, I paid off $2,200 in credit card debt. In total, it's very close to $4,000 that I put towards that. And trust me, every paycheck, I think like maybe a third of my income was going into debt, because I wanted to be very aggressive with the method that I want to for paying it off. It is a relief to pay it down, and definitely if you're ever struggling to pay it down, don't really look at the numbers too much. It does get depressing sometimes, because even when you're taking really big leaps like I was, there's still a massive amount of that left, but you're way closer than you were before. Also, credit card debt wasn't as like exciting for me because I still do have student loans, but I did apply for the First Aid Beauty contest. I do win that contest, then my student loans will be gone, and then I will be completely financially free, and that would be a relief of another kind. So I also in Q2 was able to fix my room to my liking. That was something that I wanted to do, but I just never got around to do it, and I was like, well, I'm gonna be in my room for these 3 months quarantine. I might as well like what I'm looking at. Total, I probably spent like about $600-700. Again, nothing compared to what I put down for my debts, and nothing that compared to my savings. I have about $2,200 in my savings account right now. And moving on to July, I wouldn't say it's a splurge month. I would just say that I'm being way more lenient for this month, because again, I'm basically done with my debts. I bought a couple of things, including my wallet. This is a Kate Spade's wallet. I don't know too much about this wallet. I just like that it has this little ring thing where I can hold it, and it is small. When you open it, like these cards hold their things, and then you can put your money in here, and yeah, it has like a zipper for coins. And yeah, that's what I liked about this wallet, and it's still very compacted. It even has a little pocket in the back. My old wallet was looking a little dingy, guys. July, I wanted to make sure that I had all my points, so that's why I'm reading. I am also getting my hair done, and that is being paid by my budgets in July. I've been wanting to do my hair for 2 years now, and I'm super excited to get my hair done. So yeah, I wanted to treat myself, and I don't think that I have to really explain that too much. I also got my nails done. By July, I'll be able to pay off one personal loan, and then hopefully by the end of quarter 3, I'll be done with the second one. In terms of savings for July, I want to put in about $300 to $1,100 in there depending on how much I make this month. And then for savings for a car, I want to contribute about 700 to 2,000 depending on, again, how much money I make this month. And then for apartments, I want to save up about 900. So Asia Dang actually made a really good point in her July budget. She was overwhelmed because she didn't really know how to visualize like her savings, because there's a lot of savings going on. I was having a similar thing, like, because I'm not super duper focused on my credit card debts anymore, and I only have the savings for my emergency fund, but I also want to start saving for other stuff. It's like a lot of savings going on that I have to keep track of. Having a flow chart actually does really help, so that's what I've been doing. I've been focusing on about 3 to 4 things for savings apart from my emergency fund, so it doesn't get too crazy and I don't get too overwhelmed. I also wanted to point out that I always give back to charity. I know that sometimes people don't put that in their budget, which is completely fine. It all depends on your situation, but I do always give it forward, especially if I'm making more money. I do give more money. I made it a point to give money to the Yemen crisis, to Black Lives Matter, and also to City Harvest, which is a nonprofit that gives food to families in New York City. I remember when I was struggling not too long ago, about a year ago, and I had some services that were paid for and I was so grateful for, like healthcare. The second thing I wanted to point out is I added 2 subscriptions, my Headspace and my Pick Money Monkey. Pick Monkey. Headspace is a meditation app. PicMonkey is like a digital designing app for thumbnails, posts, stuff like that. So I really love my Headspace one. I would not give that one up. And also PicMonkey I really like because I can also use it for iMovies, and until I get Final Cut Pro, the app will stay with me. That was all my financial goals for July and the summary for Q2. Let me know how you did on your Q2 goals, if you had any Q2 goals, and what will be your July goals. So you can either write in the comments that you're going to save or you're gonna pay off debt. I'm really curious to see if people are saving more or are paying down debt. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being my lovelies, and I hope to see you in the next one. Adios.